just to give a brief synopsis, like on like my perspective of just policing. There's just levels to human beings, you know. A police officer is first and foremost an authoritative figure. You know, there's someone whose job is to exercise authority, because whenever there's order to be kept, someone has to go above and beyond whatever those orders are to maintain order. It's already a job that calls for people to go overboard. It's just what it is. That's the job. Just like when you have a supervisor at a site, or, you know, if things are getting out of hand, you have one person that's controlling a lot of things that are a lot of times beyond our control. They have to exercise a little bit more excessively than you would had those things been in order to begin with. I almost can understand the job description and the way it plays out, but this is what happens. Some people exceed that, and some people take the power personally. Now, it's up to that certain individual what kind of individual they actually are. So, you know, if you have a nerd's gonna do what a nerd does. If you have a racist is gonna do what a racist does. They all are people who have the power, but now you put the power in the hands of a person who may just think that because of your color of your skin that you're more insignificant or of lesser value, you know, or inferior to someone of a different color. That's basically what it boils down to. So now you have a collective of ideas and thoughts coming from a person who has some excessive or some form of authority, and they're willing to exercise that force and those powers based on the way they view the world. And that's what happens. Because being a cop is not about race, it's not about black, white, you know, it's about exercising your authority and maintaining a professionalism while you keep those things in order. When you put those into the hands of flawed humans and just, you know, misguided individuals, just because they're a cop doesn't make them a saint, doesn't make them a, you know, they're just people. And they make bad decisions sometimes. Sometimes they make great decisions, you know, and that's all it really is, man. It's not really just, we create these things where we divide everything up. So, you know, if you're in the community, you just don't like a cop already, you know, and then you assume that the cop just doesn't like you already. But when you feel that way and when you both think that way, it almost perpetuates that activity and almost materializes it into existence. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a cop and you walk up to my car, if you had on a uniform right now, I wouldn't know that you were a hip hop guy. I wouldn't know that you were just a racist. I wouldn't know anything. But if that's a preconceived notion of mine and I start to treat you that way, that might play out. A lot of cops that I've come in contact with, they come up to the car and they may say whatever they say, and I'm completely honest. Like, you know, I get pulled over driving, you know, like Bentleys and different kind of like fast cars. If I'm speeding, and they're like, what were you thinking? And I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, this car is crazy. And then they start to kind of feel the humanity of it. You know, like you're just a kid making a mistake. It's not like I'm this black guy in this fancy car. You know, it's not that thing. And, you know, and then I'm like, yeah, you know, I do music, I this, that, and the third. Oh, really? And a lot of them are into hip hop. A lot of them like it. And then I start to just communicate normally. And they're like, well, let me hear something. Let me hear you rap, or show me your thing on the, you know. And before you know it, it's not even about race no more. You know, because we're all different, you know. But like I said, you got some people who are racist and they happen to be cops. Being a cop doesn't mean you're racist, you know. It's just the way we see things, and the fact that nobody wants to compromise anymore to differences and to, you know, diversity and the uniqueness and the qualities of other people, you know. it's that thing. A lot of stubborn, a lot of testosterone being thrown around, a lot of, people abusing the authority and stuff like that. And that's what it boils down to. I feel like we could all do a lot better. As a community, as a culture, especially being black, we could do a lot better not being in those situations to begin with, even though it is what it is. We from the hood, you live in the hood. It is what it is, but we could do a lot better, man, just for ourselves personally. I feel like this. If you got a house and people don't respect it, the least you could do is keep it clean, keep it neat. Somebody comes in, hey, you got to take your shoes off. Why would I take my shoes off in your crib if your crib is filthy? Everybody been running across your carpet, but you want respect? You want me to respect this place? I feel like we gotta earn respect. Respect ain't given to nobody, And the same thing with a cop. You don't just get respect just because you're a cop. You gotta earn it, Be civil, be humane. Just walk up and be, So it's a two-sided thing, man.
Being 19 years old, signing a record deal immediately, $1 million record deal, and then having drugs and liquor and women flow freely, you'll drive yourself crazy.
When I was stuck in the contract with TBT Records back in the day, that was a contract I maybe got like $40,000 or something to sign, and I ended up having to buy myself out the contract for like $500,000.
Ray J needs a song called Just the Tip. Just the Tip. He's the creepiest of all creepy. He's got all these women. We gotta do this record, and we did.
That's like a priceless time right there. We was in the next room over making a demo to get signed to Bad Boy, and Hov was making Reasonable Doubt. We used to be in the pool room at the same time,